What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those who catch the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on all notifications. What the hell, why not? That way, when we do these live chats in the future, you can take part right along with us. So, literally, I just put my phone down 2 seconds before this started because it dawned on me when I saw somebody wearing Signature Orm. I think it's Dan, not the man. I was like, oh, that's true. Precious Treasures out for delivery. Let me check, and it shows delivered. So, Precious Treasures is at my door. I just need to go grab that. I'm going to be on the phone with George later this evening for those of you excited about the new release this week to see exactly when, how much he's charging. Is the 10% going to be active? Is it just a launch with no pre-sale? Is there a pre-sale? And so on. I talked to Claude earlier today when I left the gym. He explained everything to me on why it behaves the way it does, why it's so expensive. I know percentages of certain oils and everything. It's got all four of mine's exclusive molecules that they created. I got the whole spiel. It's going to be a detailed review later this week, guys. I'm going to wear it for the next couple of days. So you might not see any Scent of the Day shorts videos the next 3 days because that'll be what I'm wearing. You can't spoil it till it's time, but I'm excited. Hope a lot of you are. Aside from that, though, what I'm wearing today, Lamar Lover, beautiful sweet blue is how I deem this one. Peppered vanilla. And it has some freshness, very musky, semi-aquatic, I guess is what we'll say. It's kind of a watery, aquatic, musky, fresh tone that the ambergris that they used here provides. Almost ambroxan-like. It's more ambroxan than this synthetic ambergris they used. It's nice. It's really nice. A little bit of Lamar. You can tie it to it the way the vanilla and the spice comes across. It's not green and minty. It is aromatic, It doesn't necessarily smell like lavender, but again, it kind of smells like it belongs, but as a standalone, it's quite nice. It was a limited release beginning of the year. Pretty damn hard to find. It's unfortunate. One of the better releases of the year, though. This will be in my top 10 2024 releases. It might be this and Paradise Garden. Might have both the Lamar and the LeBeau flanker in the top 10 when it comes time to narrow it down, which we'll be starting those videos in about a week. It's pretty excited. December's going to be a fun month for me with content. It's going to be all the annual year-end review videos. Like December is my favorite month of the year to do content. I got 2 streams lined up with Justin. I've got a stream lined up with Chad. We got all kinds of cool shit going on. So December is going to be a great month. But this is what I'm rocking. And then today, as you saw, what we're doing here today, got my package from Sonny. Shout out to Sonny. His 2 new tobacco fragrances. So I've had a few people ask me if I was getting them. Of course, Sonny always sends them my way. But the interesting thing is Tobacco Boss. Okay. A lot of you've heard me praise Tobacco Boss. It smells like Hershey's chocolate syrup with tobacco because it's a super chocolatey patchouli with honey. So it smells like chocolate syrup with tobacco, and it's a monster performer. It's actually kind of a unique sweet tobacco. Literally smells like chocolate Hershey's syrup with tobacco. I don't know of another fragrance that smells like Hershey's chocolate syrup with tobacco. So big shoes to fill. I have faith that one of these may be better. Are both going to be better? That's going to be pretty damn hard to do because Tobacco Boss is pretty special. I always feature it in tobacco-specific videos because it's that damn good. Even regardless of what these smell like, you should try Tobacco Boss if Hershey's syrup with tobacco sounds good because it is good. So we're going to check these out. We'll see what's what. 10, 15 minutes in, roughly. We'll bust them open. We'll check into them. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. And if it falls in between, I'll tell you why I think it falls in between. Nobody is safe from the potential criticism, but most of the time, fragrances smell pretty good. It's rare to come across something to shit on. And look, if Sonny made something that I deem necessary to do so, I'll do it. But I'm confident the likelihood's pretty freaking low for that. So if you happen to be watching Sonny, shout outs to you. But let's get caught up in the chat. We got 80 people in the first 4 minutes. 86. Just literally jumped up. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up on the way in. It does indeed help. Good to see you, sir. Really torn whether to get Elm Street or cough up the money. So here's what I think the clones are best served for. As a stopover until you get your shit together to where it's like, okay, I can buy the original now. It's not going to hurt me financially. It's no big deal. Now's the time. That's kind of how I view them. If you use them in that manner, I think it's the way to go. Because once you get you can enjoy the clone and you're like, oh, this is great. I love it. And then when you get the original, especially when it's a niche fragrance, when you get the original, you're like, oh yeah, the original's better, And I find those that are like, no, the clones, I'll never buy the original. Okay. I think most of the time it's one of two things, and it's hard truths that nobody wants to hear or admit to. It's either they legitimately just don't want to spend the money. I get it. It's like just doesn't make sense. They can afford to do it, but they really shouldn't. Like it's frivolous, so they shouldn't. I get that. That makes sense. Or the harder truth that the pride will get you. And I'm blunt, and people don't like this shit, but for some cases, it's you just can't afford it. So you're talking that talk, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with not being able to afford it. And I'm not saying you got to admit to it. I'm just saying these are the hard truths of when people, I find most of the time, when people just swear by the clone over the original when it comes to niche. And I'm like, I think you're convincing yourself most of the time. No, there are instances. There are exceptions to this, obviously, but we're going to get so far behind so quickly, getting stuck on the first one. Good to see you, Chad. Good to see you. Banana Republic Midnight Hour, I've heard good things. I have yet to try it. Lacoste Challenge, I've never heard of, Mr. M.A. Styles. I've never heard of this one. Anisho Absolute Aphrodisiac, I've heard good things about this one. Good to see you, Kevin. Manhattan Midnight, I haven't sprayed it yet. I got it right here. I was supposed to wear it. I got another cool front coming. It's been kind of getting shoved around, but it's right here. We'll get worn sooner than later. And Philosophia from day 3. Montrese, good to see you, my man. I hope you're doing very well today. Happy Turkey Week. Majnoon Oud Extraordinaire by Asman. I've never heard of this. Calling it now best fragrance of 2024 for me. That's pretty damn high praise. I've never heard of it, though. I have to look into that if you're putting the stamp of approval on it. Good to see you, Manny. Golan Loam Ideal EDP. Beautiful cherry fragrance. Quest, good to see you, sir. Black Orchid from Tom Ford. Aren't you fancy today? Oh, yeah, man. Good fragrance. Tried and true. Blue de Chanel EDP. Lamal Elixir. Working a lot of overtime this week. I'll catch the replay. Hey, man, make your money. Get your bag. Get your bag. Hell yeah, man. This stream is not that important. Make your money, dude. Good to see you. Austin, my man. You made me laugh my ass off without you even knowing it. Clive Christian Town and Country. Been wearing this one a lot lately. What a beast of a freshie. So I tried to call Justin after the stream the other night where I had George on, and he didn't answer. He texted me back like him and Grace are fixing to go to dinner, and then they were going to watch a movie after and all that good stuff. So I sent him a voice message to let him know what was going on, and I quote. Let me read this to you. Scroll back. Further back. Here we go. And date, yada, yada. Totally understand this. If it's too late, he's like, I can call you after 11 your time. I understand if it's too late or whatever. We can catch up tomorrow. He said, I did see some guy comment on my video about Zed Creators 3, though. So I'm curious if you knew this has something to do with that, with a laughing emoji. When I talked to him, he's like, yeah, Aussie's fragrance talk. I was like, yeah, that's who asked if you were involved. Justin, as I anticipated, had a good laugh about everything. He's good with it. We'll talk. We'll tease a little bit. Maybe December 4th, we'll be live with winter casual fragrances, 10 picks each. The first Wednesday of December, he and I will be live over here. Following Wednesday, we don't know what we're doing yet. We'll be on his channel, and then Grace is due like a week and a half after that. Grace is due December 20th. So we're gonna get a couple live streams in before little Justin Jordan is here. So exciting stuff. Happy Thanksgiving. Sacred Flame. Gladly, much different on skin than on paper. That's usually the case. More times than not, it's going to be different. Kara, good to see you. Vanilla Oud. And my Sin of the Nights, Burberry Touch. 2 really good ones, especially Vanilla Oud. Come on. Hit the like on the way in, y'all. Show a little love to our guy here. I sure appreciate that. Thank you very much. Links pinned if you're interested. Obviously, just hang out with me. I'm glad to have you here. You don't have to buy nothing. Stuff's affordable, though. $44 before the 10% off code, which 10 off is the code. So it's pinned if you guys are interested. There's Dan, not the man with signature Orm. Bond number 9, Lafayette Street. Christine, good to see you. Quez, my man. Victory Elixir. Love it. Talked about it this week. My man, not rocking anything today. I'm kind of surprised. I'm very shocked to hear that. Subscribe to Attack of the Clones if you're not already. Care with K. No sin of the day, sick and sore throat, bad cough. Damn. Well, I hope we can help you escape from the feeling of the sickness for a little bit. Glad to have you here. Good to see you, Newt. We got 2 in the chat wearing Absolute Aphrodisiac. Kicks Griffey, C. Ooh, okay. Cristiano Ronaldo, C7. Game On. Rack Store, Cheapy. All of them are good. The whole line's good. Why not? Exactly. Kicks Griffey approved. FWO Wolfpack for life. Yak Mob. Good to see you, my guy. Kyler, the wolf has arrived. You tease. Well, would you rather me not tell y'all? Pretty open with you guys. Hey, good fragrance is over there. I might do a little something snippet with what number I have. I thought about that, like just the bottom corner of the bottle that shows which number I ended up with. Rafe, good to see you, sir. Leighton, sorry I missed your decant live stream the other day. Life happens, man. I was in the process trying to work things out. My wife priority. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Life happens, man. This stream is, look, I love when you guys are able to be here live, but it is not the end all be all. It's not that serious. Do what y'all got to do. Y'all never have to apologize and be like, damn, I'm sorry I missed it. Never feel like y'all got to do that. I get it. This is this extracurricular stuff that we just sit here and bullshit about fragrance and whatever. It's nothing serious. I'm glad to have you here today, though. I hope positive things are moving. Obviously, you don't need to tell the world your business any further, but I hope positive things are coming from this for you. Divine Vanille from Essential Parfums. I'm doing well. Good to see you. I've never tried that fragrance, though. I might have to skip down for a little bit. How are you? Hello. Kamakawa. How you gents doing? I'm doing pretty well, Samuel. Doing pretty well. Wano Choa. Good to see you. Spice Bomb Extreme. Can't go wrong there. We talked about that one this week. Good to see you, sir. Toomey 19 Degree. I still think that's their best fragrance. That is one of the better releases of the year. Came out beginning of the year. That's going to be in my top 10 designers. I don't think Dusk is going to make it because I don't know. I got to reevaluate. Dusk might be in the middle tier. Like I had to create the middle tier. There's just so many good designers that came out this year. There's more good ones than bad ones. Even the bad ones, disappointing ones, technically not even really bad. There's reasons they disappointed. They're not necessarily bad. Like even though I really like Spice Bomb 04, it's going to go in the worst releases because it's not anything special or crazy. I don't think it's one of the best designers released this year, but I like it so much more than most people do. I actually quite like it. I haven't worn it in a little while. I need to throw that back on skin. That's a great fragrance. Strong With You Tobacco. That's one of the best designers released this year, I think. That's what I'm saying. There's just so many. I might have to do like 15 best and 10 mid tier. It's going to be hard to narrow it down. I don't know if I can narrow it down to just 10 for the best. Might have to expand that number, even though I have a mid tier. There's a lot of good ones. Ooh, that's a good one. That's got a little bit of the fruitiness from Herbapura with it as well. Michael, good to see you, sir. I'm assuming that's Oud for Greatness. Indeed. Here's the rest of it. Roy, good to see you, sir. Signature Halfetti Black Rose. Banana Republic's Midnight Hour. We got two in the chat wearing Midnight Hour. Ever tried The Kingdom? No, I get asked about it a lot. I'm going to have to buy it and review it. I always keep, if I start hearing it a lot from people, it's like, all right, I need to get it. I get asked a lot. So I'm going to buy it. I'll buy it probably this weekend because I'll be shopping for the Black Friday sale too. So Friday, that video comes out on Black Friday that morning because Fragrance Buy has their Black Friday sale. We'll have all the details. I mean, I'm sure you can find it cheaper than that from discounters, man. Well, it's not in stock, but I'm assuming when in stock, that might be the 50 ml possibly, but 164. It's not in stock. No, it must be the 100 ml because they don't even show a listing for a 50 ml. So it might be the tester was 165. So in the $200 or less range, when they have it in stock, click notify me. Put your email in. What fragrance did I do it on the other day? I do it all the time on fragrances. Oh, Dombre Leather from Tom Ford. I did it yesterday. I'm hoping they stock it this weekend. They stocked a lot of stuff, but that's not the end of it. Excellent, excellent choice. It's usually the way to go. It really is usually the way to go. Good to see you. Alexander's Fire of God. Nerd says, always a pleasure. Mancera Intense Drapoise. That is phenomenal, especially for this time of year, man. Great choice. Good to see you, sir. I don't have John Varvatos Oud. They might still have it in stock. They had it in stock for a while. Recently. Let's see. It is not. It's sold out now. So they had it for like a week and a half. They had stock of it. All right. Aqua di Gio Profondo, goated. Sauvage Elixir's phenomenal. I might have to skip down, guys. Yeah, it was like, all right, guys, I need to get to him before y'all hurry. And oh, congratulations. And what the hell happened? You ran straight to his channel to do it. It's not a big deal. It's not a problem. I was trying to beat y'all so he wouldn't see that stuff before I tell him, hey, here's what's going on. But you beat me to him, Austin. It's all good. Doesn't matter. Trust me, he was good. I know where this is going. I don't know what you're referring to. Good to see you, Michael. Afnan Tobacco Rush, Sin of the Night, Alhambra's Infini Rose. Always look forward to your Authenticity Perfumes reviews. I'm excited to check them out. So we're 15 minutes in. We got 122 strong. I'm going to start skipping down. I apologize. No, sir. No, he got rid of the store a couple of years ago. The only place you can buy them in person is in Glendale, California, here in the States. So, nope, you got to buy them online. People can't just show up at that office. It's a bigger business beyond Zaharoff. Yeah, people can't just show up over there. So I'm going to go ahead and skip down, guys. Let's see what he got for me. Original Vetiver in Paradise Garden. You always deliver, Luis. You always deliver. Kalen, good to see you, sir. ATH Odyssey. We're scrolling down. Saga, always a pleasure. Valentino Donna, born in Roma. Spent all my money on ATH Unicorn sale. I was wanting to do Zaharoff, but looks like I'm going to have to get it resale if someone does. Ooh. Well, if it sells out and it's resale, I don't know if you're going to want to pay what it's going to be at resale. Just saying. Because people are going to get wild with that resale price. I'm just telling y'all now, if it looks like a stupid price when good people resell these, it is. Because they got wild with the Z Creator stuff for a while. They did. And I was telling people, don't buy that. Don't buy that. It's not. They're amazing fragrances, but they ain't worth that. Don't do that. They had people selling like the set for $2,500 and stuff on eBay. It's like, nope. Teach them a lesson. Let them keep them. Don't buy it. That's way overpriced. So we made it to the bottom. Let me go ahead and unpin that. And I guess we will go with Cigar Musk first. Let's go ahead and pop that seal. See what Sonny's. I mean, the only two notes I could assume is tobacco and musk. And the musk he likes to use, unless he switched it up, is very clean. Very clean. I got the bottle pictures from the website, but I did not scroll down because I don't want to know. I don't want to know. We'll do it together. Dark yellow juice. Cigar Musk. Terrebonne Tiger colors, my high school. Burgundy and yellow. That was our colors. Well, that still is their colors. Atomizers lined up. That is a cleaner smelling fragrance. I was trying to just lightly spritz because I know it's a big mist. That's a lot of musk. Some of it went on my keyboard. That's a lot of musk. It's pretty bright and fresh. It's like a very fresh tobacco. I did not think it was going to be fresh. But the musk he uses is super clean. If you've ever tried the white label clean musk, it's like one of the most safe yet long-lasting fragrances I've ever smelled. It's incredible. It's a good base. That's clearly the base he used here. There's some fruitiness here, and it is super bright, fresh, and aromatic. There's definitely some aromatics in here. It's fruity. This is way fresher than I thought it was going to be. I was not expecting bright. Even with musk in the name, and I know what type of musk he usually uses, Cigar Musk, I was thinking a darker, heavier, maybe spicy tobacco and musk. You know, that ain't what we got here. And it's still smoky, though. It's a smoky tobacco. This is bright. I did not see that coming, like at all. And the beauty of this, and I'm sure he factored this in when he was creating these, was to not make anything redundant to Tobacco Boss because it's such a damn banger. You don't want to lose the specialness of that and have people like, oh, this is better. I'm going to buy this instead of this way. Tobacco Boss is still unique fragrance. It's even a little ambery and warm, but it's still so bright in air. Let's look at these notes. We don't need you, fragrance buy. Let's go to authenticity. Let's go to shop. Limited stock. So he's running these as a limited release. They're $44.40 before the 10% off. They are 60 ml bottles. Let's take a look at Cigar Musk. Bold, rich, unforgettable. All right. Step into a world of rugged elegance with Cigar Musk, a fragrance that balances bold strength with understated allure. Crisp bergamot, zesty lemon spark the senses, while herbal nuances of bay leaf and the delicate allure of jasmine add sophistication. At its heart, rich tobacco and earthy patchouli evoke a smooth, smoky warmth grounded by the deep woody embrace of cedarwood and gaiac wood. So there's my smoky note. Finished with a smooth, velvety musk, this fragrance leaves a trail of undeniable charm and masculine refinement. That word refinement, charm and refinement, clearly masculine, but charm and refinement are great ways to describe this. It is charming. It does have a certain charm to it. It's a smile getter, but it's still a frickin' smoky tobacco fragrance. And it's not an over the top, heavy, sweet, heavy, boozy, super smoky, earthy type of fragrance. It's like, I would compare it to the mass appeal of what you would expect from the designer market, but with higher quality oils from an independent brand. Because this is an affordable indie. That cedar wood's coming out. It's getting very woodsy, like surprisingly drastic transition into a woody nuance. But it's still so bright. It's crazy to think that it's just citrus and perhaps a little bit of jasmine that's given this sparkle, this freshness, this brightness. It's like a twinkle in the eye kind of thing. This is pretty damn good. I don't think it's better than Tobacco Boss, though. That's the bar with authenticity for tobaccos. Can you be better than Tobacco Boss? Very different from Tobacco Boss. Right under it. First impression thoughts on this one's in solid 8 out of 10. This is a great fragrance. It doesn't remind me of another tobacco fragrance. That's why it's automatically going to go right into that 8 out of 10 move. It doesn't remind me of anything. The quality's good, and it's very bright. It's a very uplifting tobacco scent. There's not a lot of those. Now, just because it brings you joy, it doesn't necessarily mean what I mean by uplifting. The brightness gives it vigor. That's what I mean by being uplifting. It's not a heavy fragrance, but everything he does is 50% concentration. Released this month. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10. Oh, we got some bigger sales. These are in the 30s before any discounts. There you go. Affordable stuff, guys. Home run performance, too, on every fragrance he has. I'm a fan. I wouldn't take it over Tobacco Boss. I'm trying to think where it would rank. I think this would fall into the top 10 because this is better than his blue fragrances. Obviously, Summer Vibes is my favorite, especially 4.0, the light green version previously. I'm sorry, that's 2.0. I'm thinking pineapple, the pineapple, minty pineapple, iced pineapple, the yellow label. It's so smooth. Velvety is an interesting choice word because it kind of is a little velvety. This is pretty damn good. Not his best fragrance. Far from his worst and well above middle of the pack. I think it's a good assessment of this one. I like it. This is good for the fall days or days in the winter that aren't so winter weather, that are more fall weather, where you might be climbing in the 60s and 70s, where it's kind of just, it's not hot, but it's not cold either. This will work on into the cold. It's a smoky, woodsy, herbal tobacco, like aromatic, leafy. And it could be the bay leaf that's giving it this herbal feel. More so than the Tobacco Accord. I don't know. It's good. It's good. 8 out of 10. Not better than Tobacco Boss, though. Sticking to my guns on that one. It's too good. Tobacco Boss is too good. That's the measuring stick. F Black. Been a while. That's a good one. Let them know, Newt. I appreciate that. Good to see you, sir. Game of Spades, Full House. I'm hoping there's one person who's just trying to make their money back. And you may come across that. You very well could. I say it with disappointment because I know people are going to gouge. Because I don't know how quickly it's going to sell out. It could be in one day, could be in a month. I don't know. It's only 500 bottles. It should be pretty quick. So I won't tell you how much he normally produces of other fragrances, but it's way more than 500. So when he sells out of a 4-ounce, it's way more than 500 bottles normally. And that's happened where he's sold out in less than a week. Some bottles that are way more. So it depends. Now, this is going to be more expensive, but it's not going to be crazy. It's not going to be crazy. He said he's got everything in his head on where he'd like to go with all of it. So I said, well, call me tonight. And then I texted him before this. I said, you want me to call you after the stream? And he liked my text. So, all right. So I'm going to call him after this and see what all he wants to do. So know what pricing is going to be like for you guys, what discounts, if any, there will be, if my discount link will be active. Is there anything additional that's happening, or is there not a discount with the link, but there's a pre-sale? Like, I don't know. He's very up. Last we talked, he was up in the air on what he wanted to do. But I'm going to find out the details for you guys. And I did my diligence and talked to Claude for about 30 minutes about the process. He gave me the rundown on how he created it, why it behaves the way it does, percentages of certain oils. There's a certain note that it's the highest percentage of any fragrance on the market. So that's why it's so expensive, he said. That's the most expensive oil in the fragrance. He says, oh, this is why it's so expensive. It's like it's citrus in Cigar Musk, but it smells fruity. Like it's a sweet citrus, but it's still very bright. It's good stuff. Make my own C for a cologne. I've had 2 collaboration fragrances already with Zaharoff. As far as me trying to mix oils, I have no interest because I don't want to self-teach when I, like literally, I just finished telling you I was on the phone with a master perfumer a little while ago that made my first 2 fragrances. That's working on my 3rd one. And wink, wink. So, yeah, I'm spoiled. I have a great process that I'm afforded the opportunity to be involved in that cost me $0 of investment. Spoiled to that. Blessed. God has been good. Thank you, George Zaharoff, and thank you, God, for the opportunities. Yeah. I'm not doing all that. I never had that as a goal anyway. Yeah, I love my tobacco fragrances too, and 'tis the season. Jojo from In for the cold. As far as how everything looks, you'll find out when the video comes out. I will not be answering any questions that will be discussed in the video, guys. So I promise y'all, you're wasting time typing on that. I'm not giving any additional information until it's time for the review in a few days. I out of respect for George Zaharoff, I will not do that. I will not do that. See, that's wild. That is wild. Pretty well. I can't complain. It's been a pretty good day. Barbershop's really good. Summer Vibes 2.0, though. That was my favorite until the 4.0 came out. That's my number 2, though. Lime Green Label, Summer Vibes 2.0. I love that stuff. Jasada Ambassador Intense, great fragrance. Saying what's up to Newt. Yeah, it's more of a dry leaf out of the humidor. I think that's a more accurate depiction of the type of cigar note that we have here. Because it's definitely a cigar like a dry cigar tobacco. It doesn't smell cheap. I mean, any of you that have smelled Authenticity's fragrances, like some of them have more synthetics in them. It depends on the fragrance profile, but this one, man, and when I say synthetics, I meant molecule oils, not specific accords, where the tobacco accord here is really good. I think it plays nicely with the way the musk comes across and the cedar and gaiac wood, because I get a lot of the woods. It's woody, smoky, and leafy. Like the fruitiness is toned down a bit. It's not completely gone, but it's toned down. It is nice. It's very soothing. Almost therapeutic. A little therapeutic to smell. Like some aromatherapy. It's really good. It did good. It's an actual joy to keep going back to smell. It's like it's just soothing to smell the fragrance. No, this is nothing candy-like. Definitely not. Absolutely not. Not like the sweet designers and stuff like that. No. Nothing candied to this. You had a sweeter citrus in the opening, but that's faded and the woods have taken over with the tobacco. I have not tried Herba Gold, just Herba Pura. Yeah, they're very affordable. They always have been. They always have been. And they're 50% oil concentration. Good to see you, sir. Taking advantage of a warm day here with Kajal Icon just to get it in. Hell yeah, I wore that last week. Excellent choice. How goes it? Sitting here with my wife, wearing her favorite Eros Flame. Excellent choice. I wore that yesterday. Good choice. Good choice. It's so good, right? I've been wearing a lot of the Eros stuff on and off lately. So it's a very lime tangerine lavender heavy at the top. It's very bright. Some people have called it a cleaner smell, but I get loads of soapy citrus because it's a lot of lavender at the top with tangerine and lime. Clean, musky, aquatic, mega citrus. Yeah, it was the one to beat for a long time. Summer Vibes 3.0 couldn't top it, and that was a bowl of fruits. It was different. It was good, but it wasn't as good as 2.0. And 4 was basically like taking sliced pineapple out of an ice chest. It's iced pineapple is what I call it. It's amazing. That topped it for me. Profondo EDP mixed with a couple sprays of Parfum. Next pickups will be Blue Day Chanel EDP, Eros Flame. I know. Oh, it's not about timing, man. It's about getting to them when you can get to them. Be safe. Be safe, my man. I'm sure he will. Good things happen to good people, and that man is definitely a good person. La Maison du Parfum will be stocking Fig Me Up by Mancera soon. I'm sure they have cherry, and that's where we got Cinque Terre. Give a heads up when they email me to let you know. Was surprised that they subscribed to my channel. Back to work. Chat later. Hell yeah. What's up, Randy? Wearing Grand Soir. Hope you're having an amazing day. I think you are too. Having an amazing day wearing Grand Soir. Jesus Christ. He only made 500. They're numbered. It's etched in the glass. There's so much that comes with this presentation. You just got to wait to see. But he did tease. He showed in his stories. Zaharoff's Instagram page showed the chest with the hand engraving and etching and the pearl that was put in. So a lot of you, if you just follow the social outlets, you can see some of this stuff. Hell, let me go to Instagram real quick, because that's on the Instagram page. So it's not like it's a secret I got to keep. Yeah, there we go. So let me unpin that because you'll be able to see it in a second. This was posted a couple of days ago. No, not that. I'm sorry, it's not this. Because this is about the. Did he list what it's called? Because I don't want to say it if it's not up there. Okay, so this is them harvesting one of the main notes that is built around. So that's not it. I'm not going to say that. That's this video from 8 hours ago. Okay, it's this one. This is where you can see the chest when they're hand etching it, with the Dremel and everything, and they're putting in the pieces of pearl. You'll see. That's the box. It's this chest because the fragrance is called Precious Treasure. It gets wood burned and all that good stuff. See, they're hand etching everything with a Dremel. There's the pieces of pearl. I believe it's pearl. November 29th. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe sooner. Maybe. I'll find out tonight. You guys will find out either on the 29th for sure. Guaranteed for the 29th, potentially a different day. Sooner. So there's a little tease for you guys. So, it's exciting stuff. This fragrance is crazy too. It wears so light, but lasts so long and is so loud. I can't wait to spray. I'm spraying it tonight because I just have the lab samples. I want to see what the production, because the production batch is always richer because it's made in a much larger, like lab samples are made like 2 ounces at a time. You get a few different vials, not the production batches that are filled and mixed at the labs. No, that's a lot. Kilos and kilos and kilos of fragrance oil with perfumer's alcohol. Oh, yeah, he went back to these, apparently. I don't know why. Maybe he just had extra glass because, yeah, the newer bottles are totally different from this. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, this is the old style bottles. My apologies, Noel. My apologies. Mo, good to see you, sir. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Scandal Parfum Cologne. That's one of my favorites to wear with a suit and tie right there. I appreciate that, sir. That's one thing I can absolutely promise everybody will love. There's a real good chance this is my favorite, everybody's favorite out of the three that I'm. That's why I'm not spraying this hand. It's on this hand. I've had it on since this morning. That's a faint skin scent. Now I've had it on since 8 o'clock this morning. I went to the gym with it. I test it every day. It's the one to beat. Claude's working on a few mods that I tried. I don't think it's going to be able to top that though. That we're a ways away from that though. That's not coming out this year. Wasn't a fan of Tobacco Boss. Too syrupy. Yes, it's Hershey's chocolate syrup with tobacco. I love it. I think it's amazing. Oh, you must not have been here when I had George on. George dropped the teas, so I went ahead and told everybody. Yeah, we're working on a third one. I just showed you the bottle of that's the one. We've been working for a little bit. Savage EDT. Have Clean Musk Barbershop Summer Vibes 4. I mean, that's the top three. I'll put Tobacco Boss in that top 5 with those, but that's my top 3 right there. There he is, 9 p.m. Rebel, decent stuff. I'm surprised. It's solid. I wore it last week again. And it's more spice than it is earthy tobacco. It's the spiciest strong with you. It's really good. Same, exact same. I still wouldn't take it over Lamal Elixir. I would still buy Lamal Elixir. It's pretty close for the most part. Typed it 2 times, 3 times. Can we get a 4th? Scroll down. Oh, no. Maybe if I wait a minute, he'll type it a 4th time because it's kind of spread out a little bit. It's like sunshine and happiness in a bottle. I like that description, Sean. I like that. Appreciate that new. Thank you. Now I know what Kara's talking about. Of George's new fragrance. It's coming out this week. Private line. Precious Treasure, the one we've been talking about for months. You've been here for many conversations. He only made 500. It's numbered. They're numbered. His most expensive fragrance ever. Special presentation. Not part of the signature line. Claude, and I quote, when I made the fragrance, it had to be for George. Out of all my clients, it had to be for George. Nobody else was going to be able to afford it. It's too expensive. And he told me what he thinks it should cost. And I was like, I don't think George is going to charge that much. But because Claude threw out a number that this is probably what he's going to have to charge. It's more than George is going to charge. But I'm with him. If somebody else had it and not George, they would. They would have charged it's many hundreds of dollars. I'm not going to say the number that he threw at me, but yeah, I totally get where he's coming from. It's been great to talk to Claude lately. He cracks me up. Claude's hilarious. When you get to know him, he really cuts loose. A lot of people like that. When you get to know him, they really cut loose and really show that their personality hangs out a lot more. And you might have to because you're not going to be able to sample it. It's a numbered release. So you can always play it safe because people like Juan, for example, Fat Boy Fragrance, people are going to be buying bottles to decant. And you'll be able to experience it that way, but you do run the risk of it selling out because, again, George don't normally put a number out there. He's literally numbered these bottles because it's so expensive for him to produce. He's not making much money on these guys. Watch when you see the price, you're like, damn, that's expensive for George. He ain't making a bunch of money because he doesn't want to charge you guys crazy money. He doesn't want to charge you guys what all the other brands would with this fragrance. And it's still going to be his most expensive fragrance. I'm curious to see what the number is going to be tonight. I know I have in my head what he's going to say, and I think I'm going to be pretty close, within 20 or 30 bucks, probably either way. I'll probably be really close. That's in another country. That was George filming the footage of that. That was George recording that on his phone. The guy doing the Dremel work and everything. Newt's on his game, I gotta say. Newt's definitely been on his game. Excellent choice right there. So everyone see this profile. Y'all thank him for coming. And enjoy the last time you see him. I see Kara got on top of it. So thank you, Kara. Yeah, I see it's just deleted. I'm banning him because, yeah, we're not doing that. We don't do that kind of stuff here. Sir, I know you have all the greatest intentions. I think maybe you're just here to stir political war stuff. I don't know. But this is one of those go fuck yourself moments there on this channel. I don't play these games, people. Don't come to people's channels. I know it's not fragrance related. You lost me immediately. I knew I was about to read something that had nothing to do with nothing, that is controversial, that we will not be discussing here today. Just like when it was election week, we were not discussing the fucking election. We're not doing the divisive, look, we'll pick and talk shit and crack jokes with each other, but when it comes to the truly societal divisive bullshit that people go over the top on, we're not discussing that stuff here. If y'all want to discuss that stuff, you can go the fuck somewhere else. Take your shit somewhere else. I don't like war. I don't want to talk war. I love the Lord, but I still don't force religion on you guys. Everybody's got their political beliefs, but you're not getting mine, and I don't want to hear yours. Makes sense? This is a place for us to just cut up on our weird hobby. So with that said, rant over. And I'd like to think I was pretty nice about it when I really want to, like, really curse him out. Like, why would you bring this to my channel? You know, this is what happens when you don't find yourself in a live stream. Jared and Kyler said it, and they're like, this is why you need to have notifications on, guys, and try to never miss one, because George came on and we talked about it. We were cracking jokes with Mindy and Misty Mystique with the flaps from the truckers being my logo for my fragrance. We were making all kinds of jokes about the name and stuff like that. Yeah. You've won a lot, sir. He won a 6-pack of the newer bottles from Authenticity in one of the member giveaways. He's won a lot of different stuff. Man, it's kind of hard for me to pick anybody over Twista in this list. Not just because of the speed in which he raps, but his lyrical ability, on top of being able to flip it on quickly at any moment. I mean, I got to go Twista. I like all of the above, but I would go Twista first. I just love Juvie, so I'm gonna go Juvie second. That's the hometown boy right there. I've listened to more Juvenile than anybody on this list. I'm gonna pick Big Boy over Mystical though, which is kind of difficult for me. That's another hometown boy for me as well. But now, if you'd said Andre 3000, that would have been my number one without question of the same group. So I can't make you pay attention to the streams, Randy. I know life happens, but I can't make you guys. I'm not going to talk about it in every single stream. I'm just not. Some of you are going to forget, and some people are not going to know and be like, wait, what's happening? Because I'm not doing it in every stream. I'm not. 500, over 600 now. Yeah, over 600. It's incredible. I can't wait to smell the full, production batch. Like I said, I haven't smelled the production batch yet. It's at my door. We didn't. This was all this stuff about the third round. This was from a couple of days ago. That's not from today's stream. That's not from this stream. Because you were here when George was on a couple days ago. Was it Friday? It was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Friday stream. He threw out the tease. I was like, man, we're supposed to wait for Justin for that. We're going to talk about it a little bit on December 4th. Justin's going to be on the channel, and we'll probably talk a little bit about it. He's cool with it. We talked. Justin knows what happened. It was out of the blue, Eat less of the things you enjoy and move around a lot more. Most simplistic answer I can give you. If it's processed, don't eat it. If it has seed oils in it, don't eat it. If it's full of sugar, don't eat it. That simple. Raise your protein intake, good fats, good carbs, move around more. Find out your maintenance calories and eat a little bit less. If your maintenance, there's a calorie calculator.net or whatever, or .com, and you can put in your activity and all that stuff, and it'll give you a rough idea based on your metrics. And let's just call it 2,500 calories. Start eating 2,100 calories of cleaner food and exercise more. That simple. And do it for a long time. Consistently for a long time. You will lose weight. You will build some muscle and you will lose some weight. I guess we'll find out in the review. No, it's not going to be 500. He won't do that. He should. He won't. He won't. He won't do that. I'd be shocked if that's the number. He's not. He's not going to tell me that. That's not going to be the number. We'll see next year. We'll see next year. It's not a sequel to Evening Mystique. It has nothing to do with Business Over Pleasure and Evening Mystique. It is not a flanker. It does not have Iris. That's the one thing I'll give you guys. It does not have Iris. It is not of that DNA. Have a good one, Austin. Have a good one. So we got one more to get to. I mean, it might. The likelihood of minutes, I think, is a stretch, but it should be pretty quick. Not their most expensive. We're not talking $1,000 price range, but kind of in the range of what Kyler was saying on the high end. That's kind of around the ballpark of the number Claude expected it to be priced at, and that's not what it's going to be. Yeah, that's not what it's going to be. What, the fragrance I'm working on with Claude right now? Yeah, it's mine. It's a Fox, because I've told you guys I've been having the file of what I wanted to do for a year, over a year, since Evening Mystique was still on the market when I typed up the file on what I want to do. And Claude used 80% of the breakdown, the pyramid. This is 80% of what I sent to him is in this fragrance. And he changed a few things. He's like, I love what you did here. He said, I like that idea. Let's try it. And it's perfect. I'm just getting him to do 2 different modifications to enhance one thing and add a different accord to another, just so we can try something, because I don't want to just be in love with the first one and not try anything else, because this other one I don't like. See how full it is? I don't care for it. The opening's super unique. It dries down very generic and basic. And every Tom, Dick, and Harry be like, this smells like this. He cloned this. That ain't the one. That's the other one. He sent me 2. He made 2 from scratch for me. You'll see. It'll be within reason. It's within reason. That's one of the reasons he went overboard with presentation, to give you more for your money. Whew, that's some good ones. Ooh, for $86, that's a steal. Oh, that's a great fragrance. I never have the right situations to wear that one. Amen to that, Ken. Amen to that. Well, it's not only fragrance, it's the hobby on top of that, but politics and stuff. We don't do wars and shit. We don't do that. Indeed. Yeah. Look, I don't want to hear none of that crap, and I'm sure y'all don't want to either. That's not what we come to this stream for. That's not what this channel's for. Like I said, our hobby's weird. Let's enjoy how weird it is together. Let's do that. A couple of days, typically. Usually just a few days. I know you enjoy the rants. I'd have to give that one some thought. I'm not sure. Funky leather. I'd have to really think about that and pull some caps and sniff around. I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you, sir. I only have one, Antilles Vetiver, and it's really good. Really good. I got it from Ross Dress for Less for $50. Yeah, it's really good. Creamy citrus, very soft and woodsy. It's beautiful. Quality's great. Like you said, 97% naturals. Really good. Spice and Black Vanilla, one of the best $20 I've spent on fragrances. Yeah, he's amazing. And not his singles that were hits either. Like, I'm talking Twister before he blew up, you know, when people just were in the know on Twister. Y'all remember the Twister versus Crazy Bone battles? Which I'm a Crazy Bone, big time, lifelong Crazy Bone fan. So good to see you, sir. Yeah, for sure. No, Precious Treasure is not mine. No, George, that's George's private line release this week. No, y'all won't know the name of my fragrance till it releases. Y'all won't know the name of mine. Precious Treasure is the name of George's private line fragrance that's coming out this week. No. I'm glad you asked. I was confused on what you were asking. Yeah, no, Precious Treasure is George's private line release this week. See, Misty and Mindy Mystique. That's what I'm saying. That was hilarious the other day. George was really running with that shit. Good to see you, Sandy. Yeah, for sure, sir. Signature Tobacco. Hey, man, you have exquisite taste. That's one of his top sellers for a reason. That's a great fragrance. Good to see you, Donald. Yeah, it's been a little while. Life was life and shit happens. I get it. Had to take a break from the world. Glad to see you again. Glad to see you as well. Polo Double Black. The smell of 2005, right? Love it. I wish they'd give us a Polo Black flanker. They'll get bored enough to be like, do we really release another Polo Blue? We've expanded Polo Green. We've Polo Redded to death. And do we drop another club? Let's do a Polo Black. Watch. That's what's going to happen. You know what? That's got mango in it. Put it in a Polo Black bottle. Call it Polo Black Elixir. Let's add some spice with the coffee and the mango. Let's put that out. That would be amazing. Let's do that. Polo Black Parfum, Polo Double Black Elixir, something. I've been saying that for like 2 years. Something. Yeah, they're awful. They're awful. And look, he really should. Honestly, he really should, but he's not going to. I know how he is. I'd be amazed. Look, if it was in a Raja Dove bottle, if it was in a Fragrance Du Bois bottle, if it was in it, it'd be more than $500. Because I now know exactly. I mean, I already knew from George what the oil costed, but I got to hear what specific oils costed today per kilo. And some of those oils were in Evening Mystique. Two specific ones are in Evening Mystique. And my fragrance, Evening Mystique, was the most expensive Zahara fragrance ever to create. As far as the oil. The oil was the most expensive oil George ever bought. This is much more expensive than Evening Mystique's oil. So we'll talk more about it when I can talk about it. I'm gonna give you guys all the details. This is George's best fragrance. Yes, Seraphine Blue. I'm not going to give it a 10. I don't rate his fragrances normally. The only reason Seraphine Blue got a 10, speaking of, no, my fragrance is going to smell nothing like Seraphine Blue. It smells nothing like Seraphine Blue. No. I'm telling you guys, don't ask me questions on my fragrance because you're not getting shit out of me. It's way too early. I didn't even think we were going to tease it, but the cat was out the bag. Yeah, that's down the line. We're ways away from that. But with Seraphine Blue, it speaks to my personality. It's something I can wear every day. Whereas Precious Treasure is a very special fragrance, though George has worn it to death. To death. Most times I've been around George over the last 3 years, he was wearing Precious Treasure. Anybody that's been around George that's watching this chat has smelled it on him, is very familiar with Precious Treasure. And it's kind of hard to really give any more because it's special. It's more special than Rosé. It's more special than Seraphine Blue. It's more special than Black Rose and Leather Tobacco and Aurum. Obviously, everything is taste and subjective. Just because I'm telling you this and all that have smelled it agree. Because there are many people that have smelled it over the years. This thing's been in the works for years. It's going to be a hit. It's super limited. But there's bound to be somebody that buys it that doesn't like it. I mean, it's the inevitable. It's not going to be a perfect 500 bottles sold, 500 people that think it's amazing. It's just not reality. That's next to impossible. It's not impossible, but it's very improbable. But it's going to be a hit. People are going to understand more when they're able to understand more. I figured that's what you would be wearing, sir. Fun fact, Jason has now officially, and his wife, got some good feedback from his wife. have fallen in love with Evening Mystique. Man, you actually do know, you really do have good taste in fragrance. I said, no shit. Thanks, Jason. You didn't think I did? Glad you're enjoying it, my guy. Good to see you. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Oh, Cash Money. All day, every day. And look, there was a time when I was more into No Limit. Mid 90s, I was more into No Limit than Cash Money. It's when late 90s, early 2000s hit where it was like all in on Cash Money. I can't say what you can and can't pre-order, but you may or may not be able to pre-order a 120. You may or may not be able to buy a 120. We don't know. We're undecided on things like that. You know, again, we're way too early to talk that stuff, guys. Way too early. I love the excitement. I love you guys too. I appreciate that. Way too early, though. I have not. I have not tried that one. Preacher Virture. It rhymes. I like it. Good to see you, sir. We still got one more to do. We're 56 minutes in. We still got some time. I come here for fragrance talk. It's peaceful. Thank you, sir. No, sir. No. First of all, I don't have any tinted melty cans, and I'm not looking to sell anything, man, because I've pretty much dwindled away any backups that I had that aren't like personal stuff for me to keep. I do have a little bit of extra Evening Mystique to work with that I kind of save for when people hit milestones to contribute to milestone giveaways for my friends. Like Randy just did a 10K giveaway. I gave away a bottle of Evening Mystique. I did that when Justin hit 100K. I did that when Dedrick hit 20K. Like I got a few for that. So no offense, my man, but I know there's people that are selling them. I just, please don't get mad at me, but you're not getting it. You're not buying any from me. I don't sell stuff like that. I hold them for giveaways for just some good faith kind of stuff to do to contribute, So outside of that, because I'm running low. I gave Jason a really fucking hard time when he wanted a bottle because like I'm running out of the extra that I kept, of Evening Mystique. I got no business over pleasure to spare. None to spare. That's not a thing. That the days of that is over. I would say Ode to Cyan if you want a very realistic experience on seaweed. Beautiful, beautiful aquatic. Hell yeah, hell yeah. You're gonna need to get a hold of Chris, and because Chris is not gonna have many. George got on here. It's we're talking a handful, or maybe even 2 handfuls at most, of bottles. Because to sell these at wholesale to Lux Parfum and to Oligarch in Australia, which they pre-ordered the couple they're getting, they're already sold. They take pre-orders and stuff like that. George has to sell them to them at a loss because he's got to sell them at wholesale to these places. And his cost is much higher than what wholesale price is. So he takes a lot. So he's not giving them much. He wants to do some good faith for the relationship, but he's not going to just lose a bunch of money so they can make money. That's just foolish business practice. So he gives a handful or 2. So I don't know what the likelihood of you being able to, you might have to just buy it and pay shipping and duties. Honestly, Sandy. Seriously, that might be your only option if you want to buy a bottle. I would reach out to Chris and see if you can get in on whatever he's going to get. I don't know if he's going to allow stuff like that. I don't know. But that's going to be your best bet on your side of the world. But the probability is going to be you'd have to buy it and have it shipped overseas and pay duties and all that stuff. So it would cost you even more. So that's unfortunately the reality. This is a super limited type of thing. Yeah, for sure. You're preaching to the choir here, sir. So I'm going to skip down a little bit because I keep getting so far behind. I want to get a sample of Aurum because it seems like something. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I talked about it this morning. 'Tis the season for me to wear Aurum. I might wear it 2 or 3 times the rest of the year, but it's a, cooler weather kind of thing for me. It's amazing, though. If you like honey, it's some of the greatest ever produced when it comes to a honey-based fragrance. Amber Gourmand, raw honey dripping off the honeycomb. Oh, yeah. Dripping off of cinnamon sticks. It's got coconut milk and hazelnut. A lot of amber. It's real sticky. It's amazing. So I'm skipping down. Yeah, no, it's nothing. My new fragrance is nothing like Seraphim Blue. Nor Precious Treasure. Hope there's some sandalwood. I won't confirm nor deny what type of wood is in there. But of course, there's going to be some sort of wood that's in there. I mean, I know what's in there. But again, guys, I'm not going to tell you at this point. There's some uniqueness to this for what it is. And the furthest I'll go with it is I'm continuing my story and I'm building a wardrobe. So there's that. We've had our office-friendly fragrance. We've had our evening fragrance in the wardrobe. We continue the story and we continue to build a wardrobe for our favorite business professional that started on Business Over Pleasure. You know what? I'll be damned. He does deserve one. I will say Jason's earned it. Somebody called for it. And you know what, Jason? You're a standard moderator. You earned it. What the hell? Why not? You can have a wrench. You deserve it. Obviously, our dynamic doesn't change. You just happen to have a wrench. Our dynamic does not change. Fuck you, Jason. I'll ban myself for you guys. There you go. There you go. Look at him. That stuff's hard to come by, right? I put you in timeout one time for 5 minutes just to be funny. Yeah, that's going to be your best bet. As far as ease of getting it, especially if you get with him early, because now is about as early as it can be. Now is better than tomorrow, right? And it would cost you less because obviously you don't have to worry about duties and overseas shipping and stuff like that. So let me get to the bottom. We are going to dive into this damn fragrance. Go ahead and cry. Take a picture. I want to see tears. Send it to me. I'll show everybody. No, I don't do that mythical bullshit of panty dropper. Look, if a fragrance gets you pussy, make sure you wear a condom. Because if she's giving it that easy just because you smell good, wrap it up. Make sure you're being safe. Just throwing that out there. Tabaco Oudh. I like how you spelled tobacco here. It's Tabaco. 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 And Oud with an H. I forgot the significance to the H in Oud. This isn't something new. I don't remember what that means. I'm sure I could search for it, and maybe at some point I will. But right now I am not. White label, copper cap, matching color font, clearer juice, light kind of yellowish hue, not as yellow as Cigar Musk. We're going to go on the Lion. Do another little half sprit. Evening Mystique was an evening fragrance. That doesn't smell like oud. That's more like a Tom Ford oud wood kind of oud. Like cleaner like smell. I know that sounds weird. I've always described the oud and oud wood like that. Kind of like the oud in Epic Man as well. This smells nothing like I thought it was going to. I mean, nothing. This is like very fresh, like fresher than Cigar Musk. I did not see this coming at all. It's actually very light and airy. Smells like this has more of the musk. It's a little like, is that freshwater aquatics? This is weird. Weird, because like I did not see this coming. How could this smell like this? It's a very clean, woody, mega fresh, airy smell. I I don't know what to say. It doesn't smell bad, but it's not better than Cigar Musk, and it's not definitely not better than Tobacco Boss. I'm a little indifferent on this one. It does not smell bad, but it does not smell anything like I would have thought it smelled like. Kind of. Is it like Oud Noir? I see that on YouTube. A little. I wasn't expecting that. It's that fresher type. We got to see the notes. What in the holy half of hell did? Talk to me. Immerse yourself in the bold sophistication of Tabaco Oudh, a fragrance where rich tradition meets modern allure. The journey begins with a surprising twist of juicy blackberry. Really, I would not have guessed that. Soothing freshness of green tea, setting the stage for a heart of luxurious saffron, earthy thyme, velvety violet. The violet makes sense. That's what I'm smelling. It's almost got this aquatic tone of violet leaf. That's gotta be what it is. That's gotta be what it is. Smoldering tobacco and roasted coffee. What? Okay, a little bit. That makes sense. But this violet is dominant. It's more violet. It's a violet leaf smell to me than just velvety violet. It smells like depth of oud and incense, creating an intoxicating blend grounded by a base of warm amber, creamy tonka, musk. It's got that same fresh musk and cedar wood with a touch of cinnamon and ambroxan. There you go. Ambroxan, an aquatic violet leaf smell, a little bit of coffee and tobacco. I get no oud other than like this clean smell. This is absolutely nothing like I thought. You can wear this in summer. This is mega fresh and bright. Ozonic. Ozonic's the word. Very bright, airy, watery. It's not quite aquatic, but it's got this watery freshness to it. It's more ozonic than aquatic. Is probably the right way for me to depict what I'm getting here and what I mean exactly. It's more ozonic than anything else. I did not see this coming at all. With a name like Tabaco Oudh, how could I think that? Did any of you think that? I mean, I know you're not smelling it along with me. It's like over the top, like super fresh. Like fresher than clean musk. Fresh like summer vibes. Not fruity and minty and all like that, but I mean, I'm sure my facial expressions are telling quite the tale. It smells really good. Just nothing like I anticipated. So different. I'm a little shook, honestly. It's a little smoky now. It is changing a bit, but it's so fresh. I don't like it more than Cigar Musk, though. Cigar Musk is better. We're going to go 7.5 with this one. It is very good. It's very different. It is absolutely nothing like you would think when you see this name and you read that story with the note breakdown. It's absolutely nothing like you would think when you just read it. But some of the notes and accords do make sense once you read it and you're smelling it. Okay, well, that's why this is this. This is why this is that. And then there's other things that I don't smell at all. So they might just be in smaller doses. It's all about percentages. All of those notes are in there, but some of it could be like 1/4% of the percentage of oil or 1,000th% of the 50% of oil that's in there. You see what I'm saying? Like it depends. The formula can be, it depends on how it was balanced and how much of everything he put in. That's a lot of this violet though. And it is getting a little bit slightly earthier and starting to smell more like violet than it did violet leaf in the last several minutes. It smelled more like violet leaf and very ozonic and watery. This is a very interesting fragrance, and it's very easy. This would be super easy to wear. Again, that name will fool you. Fooled me anyways. But I'm going 7.5 out of 10. It's very good, but this is better, so I can't rate it higher. Because I gave this an 8. This is a solid ass 8. Solid ass 800 pounds. Yeah, buddy. Right? I don't know how many of you caught that before I spelled it out. Yeah, Cigar Musk is the one. And this is fresh. Not as fresh as this, but this is fresh. Much fresher. These are both way fresher than I thought they would be. That's one way to keep Tobacco Boss as special as it is, because that's the heavy fragrance. That's the heavy, thick, sweet tobacco. These are different, very different from one another, very different from Tobacco Boss, and there's levels to the freshness. This is the middle. I like what you did here, Sonny. I don't know if you're watching. I don't know if you see this in the future. I like what you did here. 7.5 and an 8. So clean still. I get more of the coffee. I'm getting more and more of the coffee as it starts to slowly settle down. I mean, we're still in the opening, but I'm getting some of the heart notes. Jeez. Just guessing and guessing. Business Over Pleasure was a blue fragrance. A very niche blue. Blue iris was what I called it, basically. I did have that in the original title of the video. aromaconcepts.com. Every video I've had it in, the link to that website's there. I always have links in my description, my man. Oh, yeah, for sure. Wrap it up so it don't fall off. Exactly. I mean, most dudes aren't going to pass. I'm just saying, protect yourself. I could, on behalf of all men, we're nasty dog creatures. Single dude ain't passing it up, you know. But be careful, because if it's that easy, it's that sleazy. It's a way to live. If it's that easy, it's that sleazy. Very well could be the case. There you go. Any rose for what? Either of these fragrances? I don't smell any rose. No, sir. Yep. I held back on, like, I held back some of my personality because I know I can be quite polarizing. Because the sissy bitches and the weak fucks can't handle it, and they just want to pick apart my personality. So I held that back because I knew I'd get even more shit if I just let my personality flow. Now I don't fucking care. I've gotten so much shit over the years. I don't care. I just let it roll. I have fun. You get me. You know, you get me all the time. Oh, so now I know where I'm at on here. He just doesn't have the time. He's mentioned in the last like year or so that he'd love to get back to it. He just doesn't have the time. London Spice is really good. I'm with you on that. That's the only one I have, and it is really good. I don't. My suggestion that you're not going to like is save up and get it if you really like it. It's like $100 from discounters. You got, like, a lot of my viewers like the $30 fragrance themselves to death. I like affordable stuff too, but sometimes it's worth getting the original, especially when they're not crazy like Mancera. They're not crazy priced, you know. Some things are worth saving a little bit for. I would say that is one. We talked about it this morning. Oh, I'm a Costa Azura kind of guy and an ombre leather kind of guy. I'm simple. I like their mass appealing stuff from Tom Ford. I like all the versions of Costa Azura. I like all the versions, even the new Oud ombre leather of ombre leather. That's the ones for me. So we're skipping on down a little bit. Yes, Silver Blue being a perfect example. Intense Red Tobacco being another great example. That's more Red Tobacco Privé. And Silver Blue, I don't even know what to rename it, but Silver Blue is a terrible name for it. The bottle's gorgeous and the name matches the bottle. But it's a caramel, earthy, woody fragrance. Very much not Silver Blue. Ah, didn't know that. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure I could have looked it up. There you go. Michael. Now, we know that here. I'm talking about the H being on the end of oud. I didn't know what that specifically signified. I've been reviewing fragrances for years. I've smelled 6 or 7 thousand fragrances. I'm not trying to say this like I'm some king shit, but of fucking course I know what oud is. I talk about oud fragrances very often. I know you meant well, but boy, would this channel be unfucking successful if after all these years I didn't know what the fuck oud was. Just being real with you, man. Come on now. I know the A typically is for Arabian. H comes from. That's what I'm saying. The spelling part, I was curious on what the H signified. I've seen it before. I just never looked into what the meaning behind it was. But as far as your first comment, the definition of oud, I appreciate the well-meaning effort. Of course, I know what oud is. Let me get my nose on more fresh tobacco. Cincillario Elysium. Yeah, it's Montabaco. It's a dead ringer for it, too. No, sir. No, sir. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Picked up Sultani a few weeks ago. Here we go. Back to the music. One album. Can we keep one? Put the rest in the trash. Oh, we're doing specific singles. No, because Lights On was a single follow up to Lights Off, right? Are you talking about a mixtape for Lights On? Scarface the Untouchable. Not Slim Thug Already Platinum. That's one of my least favorite Slim Thug albums. True to the Game. Shit, now we're talking. It's between Scarface and True. TRU, baby. Damn. That's tough. I'm going to go Scarface the Untouchable in this situation. That's tough. It's tough to not take True to the Game here. Damn. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know you meant very well with it. And I was trying not to sound like an ass. It's like I'm not trying to sound like king shit. I swear I'm not. That's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man. Of course I know what oud is. Ooh, I've smelled it once on a test strip, man. I don't even remember what it smells like. I wish I could weigh in. I know a lot of people enjoy it. I just don't remember what it smells like because it was just on a test strip one time. Maybe I missed the signature back. So down the line, it will be reformulated, but it's not happening yet. Whereas leather tobacco, that had to be reformulated. It's literally right here. Oh, speaking of, which I already told him, I already recited everything off the label. George asked me to take a picture of it whenever I got home. Totally fucking forgot. But I told him everything. You know, October 14th, 18%, all the good shit. All the stuff I knew he needed from it. Just remembered. My bad. But just remembered. Really good. It's a more airy fragrance, but it's still super smoky. It's just the birch tar had to be removed. It's a note that's been banned. This is a little bit more wearable. It still punches you in the nose. Of course, everything froze. I hope you guys can still see me moving and hear me. Apparently, Firefox is doing some stupid shit. I don't know. But it's very, very smoky still. Like super, super smoky. What are we doing here? Okay. I'm hoping y'all saw me the whole time. Firefox just blanked. It's weird. Very, very weird. Climatic, long time no see. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate that. From Macari, all busted up in the bomb, completely destroyed. I was looking forward to him, bummed out. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's what you get when you buy from some bum on Macari. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's all I'm thinking. I had to tell you what I'm thinking. You bought it from some bum on Macari. They probably didn't package it well enough if it got busted up. Because you didn't buy it from Zahara from Macari. They don't have a Macari store. I'm sorry to hear that, my man. That's fucked. I would send that shit back. I would file a claim with whatever parcel service did it. See, I've never bought anything on Macari, and it's because of shit like that. I've heard of too many bad experiences. That's what I've heard. I just don't remember the profile. Homer Pimpson too. Come on now. We got to talk Homer Pimpson too if we're going to talk color change and click. And the Army. When Chameleonaire left paid in full. Young Rowe and them. But Homer Pimpson too. It's the one for me. Okay, good. Thank you, dude. Late to the party of these new authenticity drops. Yes, sir, they are. Yes, sir, they are. Indeed. So we got a few more minutes. We'll hang out. Haven't taken a sip in forever. Notifications from all kinds of shit on here. Oh, my phone's fully charged. I always put it on charge when we start these streams. It's usually like 30, 40%. Military man. Look, mixtape days, even before Mixtape Messiah, that whole series, but Mixtape Cam, I put that up there with Mixtape Wayne. Because we had such a good stretch on the mixtape scene. Because a lot of the Houston stuff was mixtapes for a long time. So let's say late 90s, let's say 99 when Chameleonaire and Paul Wall came on, when it was Chameleon, not Chameleonaire. Like 99 to like 07, Chameleonaire was a fucking savage. And then like 03 to 2010, 2011, Wayne was killing the mixtape scene. So like we just had this stretch of them being, and I stand on this hill. On business, die on this motherfucker, go out swinging. The two baddest motherfuckers in the mixtape world during that stretch. Chameleonaire and Lil Wayne. Yep. DJ Smalls' heyday, the whole Southern Smoke series, every time they drop some new shit on there. All that. Black Friday, Alexandria recommendations. I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, that's clearly a Virgin Island water clone. Alexandria. Zion is Elysium Parfum. And Forbidden Plum, I believe, is Plum Japanese. I believe. Never tried that one, though. Zion's good. I need to go. I haven't gone lately. I've been so damn busy. Charge that shit back. That's what I'm saying. I'd do something. Gotta do something. I have my moments with Tech Nine. Like Fuck Everybody But Me. That's great. That's on my playlist. That gets you in the mood right there. That's a good ego song. Fuck everybody. Walk right up in the room like fuck everybody but me. Yeah. And a lot of his tracks, I don't give a fuck. Like it's got a lot of good stuff. I do like Tech Nine, but I'm hit and miss. Some days I skip his songs, and some days I let them roll when they come up on the workout playlist. But I got a bunch of his stuff on the workout playlist. A bunch, probably 15 or 16 of his songs. I still jam the Army. A lot of that stuff's like Tip Drill and everything is on my playlist, my H-Town playlist. I got several playlists. Only one's public. My workout playlist is public. I got a liked playlist. I got an H-Town playlist. I got a few others. I got a Screwed and Chopped playlist. I was jamming Trill Family Screwed and Chopped and the Carter 2 Screwed and Chopped today at the gym. That was the two albums I was doing. Okay, I was wondering. Okay. So when you put Lights On, I'm like, Now, Lights Out, I probably would. Oh, God, yeah, of course I listen to Fat Pat. Still listen to Fat Pat. May he rest in peace. Well, we might be getting Wayne going crazy here with Kendrick Lamar dropping his name and then that tweet. So, people sleeping on Wayne, too. It's wild to me. He did carry cash. He was the franchise. Oh, God. It's Razak, boy. Who was it I was thinking about the other day? I was like, man, they make Razak look like Tupac. I forgot who it was I said that about. They were terrible. Who was it? It's on a track with Zero. Let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Man, if this dude sees it, man, I'm sorry, dude. You're not that good. And the beat is dope as fuck. Crazy good beat and zeros on it. This dude's not good, though. Talk to God, 44 perp. This dude. Sorry, man. You just awful. The thing that saves this song, just listen to the track for a second. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. That's the beat. All right. That sounds great right off jump. And you got Zero on the track. And it's still a great song because of those things. But man, anybody else with Zero on there would have been better. 44 perp makes Razak look like Tupac. Because you know exactly who Razak. 44 perp makes Razak sound like Tupac. Yeah. The song's great, except for his verse. It's just terrible. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. There's no way he makes a bunch of money. Any jewelry he's got is fake. There's no way. This dude might see this and hate my guts. I'm sorry, man. Just people criticize me. Sometimes you gotta, hey man, make you work harder. Maybe you turn into something great hearing some criticism. I don't know what to tell you, man. Because apparently dudes around you ain't telling you. They ain't telling you. You got outshined hard by Zero. And then right after Lil Wayne, Young Money, Brick Squad, Waka Flocka. Now we're talking. $5 super chat. I did a blind buy on Burberry London. Did I make a good choice? That is a Christmas time classic. A lot of people like it for Thanksgiving as well. It's great for the holiday season. Like Father, Like Son is one of my favorite albums. Stunned Like My Daddy and Like Father, Like Son, the actual title track. Take a Picture with T-Pain. Leather So Soft. Like I play a lot of these on a regular basis. Back to the Money. That used to be my ringtone when I worked in wireline. When I was on call and I'd get a call, I used to hate Back to the Money. You know, I gotta go. Away you gone. I gotta get back to the money. Great line, great song until you use it for your ringtone when you're on 24-hour call for weeks at a time. You get called at 3 a.m. to go offshore and stuff. And you end up hating that song. It made me hate the song. Good times. Good times. SPM. Yeah, it's classic. Classic, man. Classic. Love London. Burberry London's excellent. You're getting a lot of cosigns on London, that's for sure. Yeah, there was a lull for sure. This mumble rap shit started taking over. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know he was trying to get a deal. That's why I was on Macari, but yeah, he's not good. So you know exactly what song I'm talking. The song's great. It's amazing. I love the track itself. The track itself makes anybody better except him. I imagine how much worse it would have been on a track not as good. So good. So good. And of course, Zero. I mean, come on, man. Zero is my favorite rapper. Tech Nine's just, he's phenomenal. He's one of the greatest independent artists of all time. He's on the Forbes 500 as an independent artist. It's crazy. Hustle Music was on my phone. My music recommendation is Ren. Very different. Very different from what we're talking about. That's for sure. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Spending a little time checking out these new releases. Let me toss these boxes. Cigar Musk is definitely really worth trying. This is different. Not good different, not bad different, just different. It's just so fresh. A lot of violet. You got to like violet. And it doesn't smell feminine. Not even a little feminine. We'll put that over here for now. But Cigar Musk, this is a good one. This is really good. This is going to make us win in the rotation. I might wear it tomorrow. Wear it tomorrow, shit. Is that good? It can get in the rotation right now. I like this one a lot. That one I put the stamp of approval on. That's the one. Tabaco Oudh, take it or leave it. Taste things, sample it if you can. I don't know if he still sells samples. I don't know if it's for those or not. Let's see if he still got sample packs or anything. Sample pack. Oh, yeah. You can pick them. So if you wanted to get those, So it's per 5 ml for $12.50. So you can get a large sample. You can basically it's a travel atomizer you can get for that. So if you're going to do samples, Clean Musk for sure. Summer Vibes 4.0. Barbershop is amazing. Authenticity is a beautiful creamy sandalwood. That's their original fragrance. Lone Breeze is good stuff too. But Clean Musk, Fresh Boss is really good. A lot of orange. But Tobacco Boss, of his tobacco fragrances, that's the king. They're all pretty good, and some that are standouts, like Tobacco Boss, Summer Vibes 4.0, Barbershop, Cigar Musk. I would put in there. Clean Musk for sure. Yeah, I got some good ones. Climatic. Damn. Did you mean to do that twice? Did you mean to do that twice? Or did YouTube fuck you? Because I feel terrible if YouTube got you like that. Because it looks like it was an accident that it happened twice. Because it's on both. I pulled over to where I see on YouTube because I got two $49.99 super chats from it. That's wild. I appreciate that. Obviously, I appreciate that. But I feel like he didn't. They're so close together and they're identical. I don't feel like he did the double up on purpose. Yeah, I'm a big Zero guy, man. That's my boy. I love Zero. And Wayne. Wayne's on the Mount Rushmore for me. I don't put Zero on the Mount Rushmore. He's not in my top 5, but just personal joy. I can relate to Zero's music. He talks about haters all the fucking time. I love it. Some people can't stand that about him. When I talk about my haters, people hate that shit. But I love Zero. Rotha Vandross, Muhammad Ali. That's my man. The Super Bowl, I still love him though. Yeah, for sure. Key Glock. I like Key Glock. Young Dolph was great. May he rest in peace. So here's the first of the two $49.99 super chats. Thanks for the advice, Ross. I emailed Chris. Okay, perfect. I hope you're able to get a hold of it. I hope it works out for you, Sandy, because that's going to be the best course of action for you based on your location. And here's number 2. Again, it looks like an accident. It's literally Sandy's comments in between the double up identical $49.99 super chats. With great power comes great responsibility. Indeed, sir. Indeed. Okay, yeah, I hope it works out for you, Kicks, because, yeah, I hate to hear that, man. It's phenomenal stuff, too. See, that's what I've heard. That's why I've stayed away from Macari. I've never bought a single thing on there. We are Friday. Yep, Friday at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central on the Sports Desk Live. We were talking when we were on the phone when Paul Heyman came out, because I kept saying it. All right, here comes, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. I kept saying it on like the 5th one. Ladies and gentlemen. I said it's going to be Punk. It's got to be Punk. It's where it makes sense. It's going to piss Rollins off. It's a favorite of Paul Heyman. Like when we started going over it, and here it comes. It's perfect. It makes sense. That's great storytelling right there. Of course, everybody's running wild with him having dressed like Solo, the way his suit and his red shirt, even his Rolex had a red face that matched and everything. Paul Heyman went all out. No, yeah, he gave his bottle to Kara. Exactly. You have a good one, my man. And we're thankful for you as well. We love you as well. All right. So on that note, we'll go ahead and shut it down. Hour 35. A couple of people have left. We got the core 109 in here. I appreciate you guys. Again, I would encourage Cigar Musk of the two. I still think Tobacco Boss is supreme, but you got to like sweet. Again, it smells like Hershey's chocolate syrup with tobacco. The patchouli is that chocolatey, and it's a pronounced honey. That's where you get the chocolate syrup smell. It's amazing if you like stuff like that. It's amazing. It really is. Highly encourage checking that one out too. But Cigar Musk, definitely worth a sample, if nothing else. So I will see you guys tomorrow. What's tomorrow's stream? I think we're doing some more decants from Rafe and from Kalen tomorrow. I believe that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. I might stream Wednesday because I'm taking Thursday off from the gym instead of Wednesday. So, and I'm not going to be running around. We'll be doing Thanksgiving and watching movies and just spending quality time with the wife. So we might be live Wednesday. We'll see. But Tuesday for sure. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for the super chats. Climatic, I hope that wasn't an accidental double up. I appreciate you, my guy. And everyone else that gave super chats, I appreciate you. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.